Hello, my name is Mark Steele, and today we'll be taking a look at news as a product. The American newspaper began to rise up in the 1850s, fulfilling a market demand. Many in the American society saw it as their civic duty to keep up with the happenings of the day as a way to preserve their true republic. This demand for information led many would-be editors to start their own publication on a subscription basis, as much as $10 a year. Americans saw the information as their birthright and started seeking ways around the subscription fees. Editors believed that they owned the information and had right to capitalize off of it. This conflict led many editors to adopt an advertising model which produced far greater revenues and shifted the editors' focus to the size of their circulation. Heavily pushed by RCA's David Sarnoff, the medium of television was always envisioned as a haven for advertisers. They could promote their product in the guise of entertainment. Providing the public with news was seen by most networks as their civic duty, which led them to see the deficit from presenting the news as merely a cost of doing business. But then came 60 Minutes. Merging in 1968, 60 Minutes was the first news show to turn a profit. This led to many news producers feeling the pressure to do the same. This converted television news from being what we needed to know to what we wanted to know. Like any other organization that is created, the news organization's logical primary purpose would have to be that of their own survival. The organization of both mediums began with the desire of collecting and reporting the information that would best suit society. But as both become more dependent on revenue, their primary purpose predicates they shift their focus from the need of society to the needs of their advertisers. As the need to compete for the advertising dollar heightened, producers and editors alike needed to start marketing their news in a way that would increase the size of their audience, sacrificing journalistic quality for popularity. Through the unpopular War of Vietnam and exposing Nixon's Watergate, newspaper editors began to realize their ability to capitalize off of society's skepticism and distrust for the government and its officials. The tragedy that was of the assassination of Kennedy showed both TV news producers and its audiences the value of on-site reporting and pictures. For the first time, millions of Americans flocked to their TV for the breaking news, highlighting television's niche in the news industry. Settling into their roles in the industry food chain, the medium that is newspaper utilizes its tactics to produce public distrust as a means of capturing their circulation, while television news producers settle on producing perceived tragedies as a means of boosting audience numbers. Mainly due to their late adaptation to the new medium that is the internet, news organizations of both newspaper and television have had their levels of revenue drop to crippling levels, leading many to cut back on their resources. The nature of the internet has brought an extensive level of competition. Stronger organizations are no longer limited to their local market or medium. Blogging sites and sites like YouTube have given the citizen journalist the same exposure as the more traditional organizations. This high level of competition has led to a bit of a feeding frenzy. Trying to outpace the competitors, many of the news organizations have to create more product with less resource. This results in them grabbing on any form of information and convert it to the form of news in a way that gives little concern to the accuracy and journalistic quality that once existed. It is not hard to find the public's criticism on today's media, but in order for it to be corrected, we must realize our part in the cycle. First, we must realize that the news that is offered to us is nothing more than a product created by an organization. With that, we need to be aware that the product is created in a way that best fulfills the organization's primary purpose. Once that turns with the product and its purpose, we must realize that they wouldn't produce it if we didn't buy it. We as consumers ultimately determine the product that is created. With that said, what the product is today directly reflects our taste. We keep buying it. Just as our taste in food caused McDonald's to change the product they offer us, we can also alter the product that is the news.